People think they understand tragedy, until it becomes a silence that lasts 51 years. In the summer of 1971, a cheerful 3-year-old girl vanished from her front yard in broad daylight. No scream, no footprints, no struggle. Just gone. Her family searched for decades, chasing shadows and false hope, until the case turned cold. But in 2022, a single unexpected DNA match appeared in a public genealogy database, one that shouldn't have existed. And the moment investigators opened that profile, they realized the truth wasn't just shocking. It was impossible. Now let's go back to where it began. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and don't forget to click the bell icon so you never miss stories like this. It was June 12, 1971. A quiet morning in a small Colorado town. 3-year-old Emily Hart was playing just 6 feet from her mother on their front lawn, stacking tiny red and blue blocks. Neighbors described her as the kind of child who laughed with her whole body, so full of life that even the birds seemed to pause when she giggled. At 11:07 a.m., her mother turned to grab the laundry basket from the porch. It took about 7 seconds. When she turned back, Emily was gone. At first, it didn't even register as fear. Just confusion. A toddling child doesn't vanish. She must be behind the tree, or picking flowers, or chasing their cat again. But after 2 minutes of calling her name, her mother's voice cracked. After 5 minutes, she was screaming. And after 10 minutes, the entire neighborhood was searching. But here's the detail that has bothered investigators for half a century. The yard was soft dirt. But Emily left no footprints leading away. Not one. So the first real question appeared: did she walk away? Or was she carried? Police arrived and they went door to door. They checked sheds, cars, crawl spaces. 100 volunteers combed the woods behind the house. By nightfall, the entire town was awake with flashlights and fear. But Emily's trail didn't just grow cold. It never started. The case darkened with each passing hour. A mailman claimed he had seen a rust-colored pickup idling near the Hart home that morning. But he couldn't remember the plate. Another neighbor insisted she heard a man's voice calling a name she didn't recognize. A teenage boy reported seeing a woman in a floral dress carrying something wrapped in a blanket. None of the stories matched. None could be proven. And the deeper investigators dug, the stranger it got. Because halfway through the second day, police uncovered something that made the entire town doubt everything they thought they knew. A local butcher's wife confessed she had heard a child's whimpering inside an old abandoned smokehouse behind their shop around noon the day Emily vanished. But when police searched it, the sound was gone, and the inside was empty. So what did she hear? Was it Emily? Or was guilt making people imagine things? By the end of the week, hope remained, but barely. Emily's parents refused to move, kept her room untouched, left the porch light on every single night for years. They believed she was alive. They had no proof. Just belief. And then, for 51 years, nothing. No sightings, no witnesses, no letters, no anonymous calls. The world moved on. The town grew up. Children became parents, parents became grandparents. Seasons changed. Technology changed. But the Hart family's grief? It froze in time. Until 2022. A fresh-faced young genealogist named Rachel Quinn was working with investigators on unrelated cold cases when she noticed something odd. A new DNA match had connected to an old Hart family profile in the public database. The match was tiny, almost nothing, like the genetic echo of a stranger. But the location? That was the part that felt impossible. The match registered from Maine, 2,000 miles away. Investigators contacted the source, a 51-year-old woman named Anna Mitchell who had just completed her first ever DNA test for fun. She lived in a quiet coastal town, worked at a bakery, and had 2 grown kids. She knew nothing about the Hart family. She had never been to Colorado. And she insisted she was not adopted. But the DNA didn't lie. So detectives flew out and met her. The moment they walked into her home, something felt eerie. On her mantel sat a childhood photo of her at age 3, wearing the same style dress Emily had on when she vanished. Still, clothing could be coincidence. But then they found something else, a small crescent-shaped scar above her left eyebrow. The original case file described Emily having the same scar from falling off a swing. When investigators asked Anna about it, she said, "I don't know. My mother always told me I had it when she got me." "Got you?" the detective repeated. Anna nodded. She said she found me. Or, that I found her. The story changed depending on her mood. Investigators' hearts sank. Slowly, gently, they explained why they were there. And Anna, calm, composed, shook her head. "This can't be true. My entire life would be a lie. To confirm the impossible, she agreed to a full forensic DNA analysis. It was a perfect match. Anna Mitchell was Emily Hart. 51 years after she vanished, she had been found. But the revelation only opened a darker door. If Anna was Emily, then who took her? What? And how did she end up 2,000 miles away? Investigators questioned the woman who raised Anna, a frail elderly lady now in a care home. At first she denied everything. Then she whispered, "It doesn't matter. She was mine. I saved her." "Saved her from what?" asked an officer. The old woman stared at the wall and said nothing else. She died 3 weeks later, taking the truth with her. But one final twist remained. When Anna met her biological family for the first time, her mother, now in her 80s, cried so hard that nurses had to support her. She touched Anna's face like she was afraid she'd disappear again. But Anna kept repeating, "I don't remember anything. I'm sorry. I don't remember." Her family didn't care. She was home. Yet, late that night in the guest room, Anna noticed something odd. A memory, tiny, blurry, surfaced like a bubble rising from deep water. She remembered a dark room, a woman humming, and the faint smell of smoke. It wasn't enough to solve the mystery, but it was enough to make her ask the question she had been avoiding her entire life. What really happened to me that day? And why did the woman who raised me think she saved me? Some mysteries don't end when someone is found. Some mysteries begin.